Hello and welcome to a new video from the Integral Center they have. Wow. I'm here under the shade of a tree that seems to be giving me some cover because the sun is in my face and I can't see. Today we are here at the La Japonesa Agility Club and we are going to talk a little about what agility is, what it consists of, what this sport is. There's been talk. It's known yet unknown. Let's see an agility championship. Talk to organizers. They last days. People camp. In Sachs, they come with caravans, training dogs. Spend a fun weekend with your dog. That's why we have dog to enjoy. Here they are, the atmosphere. Little dogs locked up. Why? As you can see, at agility championships, since they last several days, people come camping. In this case, it's a weekend here in Sachs, Alicante, and they come with their caravans. They have their spot right next to the course, where they can train with their dogs to help them perform better in the exercises. It's all about spending a different weekend with your dog, having fun, enjoying them, because at the end of the day, that's why we have dogs, to enjoy them, not to suffer with them. So here they are. This is the atmosphere you see, the little dogs that are there locked up. Why? Because if you bring 4 or 5 dogs, you can't keep an eye on all of them. So here they are. This is the atmosphere you see, the little dogs that are locked up. Why? Because if you bring 4 or 5 dogs, you can't keep an eye on all of them. So there they are, calm and relaxed. And they will also come out to work on the course. Does that mean that these dogs here, for example, are going to be locked up all day, like that famous myth? No, that's not true. When the competition is over, everyone goes home except for those who stay here camping. These dogs are free and have a completely normal life, just like any other type of dog, except they train and play agility. Well, the first thing they do here is a course walk. What is this? Well, as you can see there, look over here, there are some numbers. See, here are some others, right? The 1, the 4, well, you have to follow an order. You start with number 1, then number 2, then number 3, and so on until the end, okay? In this case, here's the start, and here's the finish. And they have some sensors. I don't know if they're laser or infrared or what. That will count exactly. Almost to the 10th, the time it takes for the dog to complete the entire course. So right now, the only thing they are doing is that doing a course walk. The judge has explained the rules, and as you can see in the background, there are many people practicing the gestures they will use with their dogs when they go out to compete. Well, here we have Francisco Bardiza, and Ari, who is a Sheltie. It's like Fama. He's going to come out now. Hi, say hi. It's the same breed as Fama. In fact, Fran was that friend of mine who gave me Fama. So now he's going to the course. He's going to start. That's Ari Bartiza doing Japanese physical exercise. There he's going to leave her in a stay. The timer doesn't start until she jumps the first jump. It's her debut. The first time she's doing it. Oh, very good, Ari. They are following the numbers. That's a really good collection. That over there in the background is called a slalom. Already failed, he does it again. The process that requires the most time and effort is the elimination phase, which is why this particular dog has been removed from the competition. It involves careful consideration and evaluation to ensure fairness and accuracy in the decision-making process. Oh, he has been eliminated. Why was he eliminated? He was eliminated because he skipped an obstacle. But they keep going, they keep on the course until it ends. For what? So that the dog doesn't get frustrated, because we don't want the dog to start developing bad habits. Because look, because of my grandfather at the tunnel, I can't keep working.
The dog has to notice that even if you're really upset because it has been disqualified, the dog can't sense that you're angry. Because this is a game for them, they have to have fun. Otherwise, well, they stop working. Well, very good, very good. A lot of debut. The calculations are being prepared. Very good, Ari. Thank you. Well, here we have Eli Bermejo, the trainer from the Japanese club, the one who trains all the little dogs. come here to train in agility. With the walkover, let's see if it works. What they're doing here is raising it up because this is based on height. There are different types of heights: mini, midi, and standard, depending on the height. Because of course, if you set the same height for a German Shepherd and a Chihuahua, it obviously wouldn't be fair. Well, they're all set now. Look at how eager they are watching the course. And come on, it's my turn. In any dog sport, the main thing is that the dog has fun. That's the most important thing. If the dog is having fun, then we're not doing anything. We're wasting time in our lives and in the dog's life. Well, then we'll talk to both of them. In this sport, control is just as important as speed. You have to have very good control over the dog, and it also has to be a fast dog. There was a fault there. He knocked over a pole. Very good. Very good. Good, very good. How's it going with the pole, dude? They've changed the course again. Changed it several times. And what they're doing now is walking the course. Here we have Fran and Eli. They practice not only remembering the numbers, like here we have number 14, but also the entire course, the hand gestures, where they need to position themselves, whether on the right side of the obstacle or the left side. They all do it. Absolutely. Thank you. This is almost the most important part regarding the dog's handler, because if you mess up and send the dog to the wrong obstacle, the dog can do it perfectly, but the dog will be disqualified. Well, here we have Fran, again with Ari. Start from the other side. There he has to step on the red, go through the tunnel, jump, and go through the tunnel again. If you can't see it well, I'm sorry, because I'm looking at a super tiny screen. Well, now comes the slalom. Very good, Ari. Oh, what a shame. Come on, again. He failed twice and fails one more time. It's a refusal. We actually jumped. He failed twice, and the third time was a refusal. And well, since they made two mistakes, two refusals, they are disqualified. It's normal at the beginning when you start training and all that. It's normal for these things to happen because you're nervous and the dog picks up on it. The dog is nervous too. Normally you train alone, and suddenly you find yourself surrounded by a bunch of people, a vegan, other dogs. It's normal to make mistakes at the beginning. Well, here we have Eli. They've raised all the obstacles to her height, and well, she starts, goes up, and touches the red. This dog is much more advanced than Ari. It's valid for you, right? Oh. One thing I haven't mentioned is that the dogs have to enter the obstacle through the use hand, where the number is. Otherwise, it's a fault. Very good. Did you see? Not a fault or a ruse. I did it perfectly. And the time is 4:07. As you can see, Contente says it. Ah, look, there's a ruse there. Well,
Let's go talk to Fran and Eli so they can explain a little bit about how all this agility works. Come with me. Well, here we are with Francisco Bardiza, who we saw earlier running with his little dog Ari. He's the good one. He's the owner of the Japanese club. Where is it? Here. I don't know if anyone else will see. There it is. Well, Frank, explain a little bit to me. This isn't just about jumping and that's it, right? It's training. How many times do you train?
Well, at least 3 times a week. We go down to the track for a while and train because it requires a lot of dedication, just like any type of sport. And besides speed, it's about teamwork and control, because the course is always different. The judge sets it a few minutes before. Memorize it without the dog, and then yes, we've seen you before. During the course walk, we've been talking about that. Exactly.
Okay, so how many are there? 3 degrees. Grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3. What's the difference between?
Well, grade 1 is the initiation level. The courses are more straightforward, and it's mainly to promote discipline and understanding, and to get a bit of the hang of it so that the dog and handler can get into the sport of agility. And then when you move to grade 2, things change. It gets quite a bit more complicated. Now grade 3, well, that's where the masters are.
What do you need to go to the Spanish Championship?
Compete in canine events, earn 6 points in jumping and agility. Jumping courses lack contact obstacles, seesaw, dog walk, A-frame. But if you compete in canine events like we do, you need to earn 6 points in grade 2, 6 points in jumping, and 6 points in agility. The difference is that in jumping courses, there are no contact obstacles like the seesaw, the dog walk, or the A-frame. This is about speed. And in agility courses, there are contact obstacles where the dog has to touch those contact zones, because if not, it gets penalized. You can't skip them. And this is about speed. And in agility, there are contact obstacles where the dog has to touch those contact zones, because if not, it gets penalized. You can't skip them.
Very good. So Ari is a beginner, right?
Ari is a beginner. In fact, we debuted today, making a few mistakes. But hey, have to start.
If you don't start clear, I was saying that it's normal for dogs, especially when they're competing for the first time, to make mistakes. Because, well, usually they start out alone. There's not as much noise, there aren't as many people, there's no microphone, and there aren't other dogs.
The competition environment changes because the dog senses that you're nervous, and she gets nervous too. Dog can pick up on your mood. And if you're nervous because you're debuting, like I imagine they must have noticed I was a bit nervous. And well, there are differences, so the dog also acts differently. But you have to start, and both the handler and the dog are letting loose. So in competition, the dog varies just like it does during training.
Of course, we saw you too, and well, aside from being disqualified, it's a lot that if you don't frame it right, it goes off course. Even though he was disqualified, he finished the course. I was saying that it's about making sure the dogs don't get frustrated and don't sense any bad vibes. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. In fact, the judge, when we enter to walk the course, tells us that even if we get eliminated, we can finish the course this way, so it's not frustrating for the dog. You finish the course and reward when you finish the course. So, well, for the dog, competition should be just another training session. The thing is, you have to simulate a lot of things. The competition environment with many dogs barking around, with music, with loudspeakers, you usually don't have that when you're training. That's why it's good to go out and change the course, because if you only train on your own course the day you go out, just imagine you go to another grass course or dirt, there can be 1,000 different things. We have the train tracks passing by noisily. Dogs may get scared or distracted by passing trains. More experiences help. Besides levels 1 to 3, there are 3 more levels by size. So the more experiences, the better, definitely.
Okay. And another thing, besides level 1, level 2, and level 3, there are also 3 other levels depending on size, right?
Yes. There are categories by size. Currently they would be mini, midi, and standard, and depending on the size of the dog, they have the obstacles set at different heights. Now Canina is trying, or I think they have already approved, to have 5 heights instead of 3, which means there are more options for dogs that are too small for a specific height. So, well, let's see. I think this year is going to be the first next year, and we'll see how the experience goes. It would be really fun to see a Chihuahua jumping at the height set for a German Shepherd. So, well, let's see. I think this year is going to be the first next year, and we'll see how the experience goes.
It would be really fun to see a Chihuahua jumping at the height for a German Shepherd, or the other way around. Well, the other way around, going underneath.
Without sticks.
Without throwing sticks. Well, I understand there are different categories, right? There's agility and jumping. It could be, it's not that it's different.
In level 1, there's only agility, meaning, as I explained before, on the course, there are contact obstacles. Meanwhile, in level 2 and level 3, every time there's a competition, you have 2 runs. One is agility, and the other is jumping. The jumping one is just jumps, only jumps, tunnels, and slalom. What there aren't are contact obstacles like the wall, the seesaw, and the bridge. The rest is the same.
Well, we've had a good overview of what agility is. Thank you very much, Fran. I'll leave you to it because now you have to go out with another little dog, with Vita, who is a fantastic Malinois. And well, we'll see each other soon because we still have to talk about another topic, another little topic. Very well. Thank you very much. See you later. Well, that's it. Here goes Fran. He's off to get his little dog. And I hope you all enjoyed it.